I think we're live. Let's just check we're live in the right place. That would be good for starters, wouldn't it? Make sure I'm actually in the right place. Make sure it's catching up. Yes, yes it is. Good. Right, okay. Let's pop that one out so I can see the comments. Okay, I think we're in the right place, and I think it's all happening. Brilliant. Okay. Oh, just hang on for a few people to join us. Oh, people are hopping on and joining us. Wonderful. Okay. As usual, if you're joining me live, then do say hello in the chat. Hi, Sally. Hi. How are you today? You're first on. My goodness. Super speedy, and you managed to find us without any problem either. That's great. I'm really glad about that. Really glad. I know we've got a few more people joining me tonight, so we'll just hang on a little bit longer and make sure we've got kind of maximum people first. And we're going to be using the Fresh as a Daisy Suite collection tonight. You're good. Good. I'm glad. And your Fresh as a Daisy is on page 110 of the annual catalogue. If you're wanting to follow along with your catalogue, this is the suite we're going to be using. So going to be using all those beautiful papers tonight and all the new colours as well, so that's really exciting. Hi Sheena, hi, glad you could join us. Hiya. If you're joining me live, then do pop a comment in the chat to say hi so I know you're here. That would be wonderful. Need to move my just bear with me a minute. I need to move my iPad so I can actually see the comments coming up. That's a bit better. Might be able to see what's going on now. That's better. Good. Hi Audrey. Hi. Just got me. Brilliant. That's wonderful. Excuse me. I got a frog this evening. I have a slurp of my tea while we're just waiting for a few more people to join. So I know there's a couple more people expected, which is great. And Julie's here too. Hi Julie. Hiya. I'm so glad you could join us. I've been following your travels on Facebook, Julie. It looks like you've had a wonderful couple of weeks, which is brilliant. Been to some really nice places, which is lovely. I love, that's one of the joys of social media, I think, is being nosy about what other people are getting up to. Hi, France. Okay. So, as people are joining us, Evelyn, do you want to text Grandma and say, are you joining us? Because she's not on here at the moment, and I know that she wanted to. So, as I was saying, where are we now? This is the end of June. So we are using the Fresh as a Daisy suite from the still brand new, Big Book annual catalogue. It's on page 110 and 111 if you want to look it up. As with the last couple of months, the suite share that I will be doing for a share of products from this suite, so that you don't have to spend a fortune and buy the entire suite all in one go. The suite share will be Fresh as a Daisy from Saturday, yes, because the last day of June is tomorrow. So we'll have a new suite share available on Saturday. The suite share until tomorrow is this one, the beautiful blue papers, which is the Countryside Inn suite that we used last month. So my intention is always to have monthly card club where we will be using a particular suite. Hi Dee, lovely you can join us. And then the following month's suite share will be those products, so that if you've enjoyed it in monthly card club, you've then got the opportunity to buy a share in the suite without having to spend a fortune and buy the entire suite if you don't want to. It was also my intention that people would therefore be able to get the new colours as well. So if you want new ink pads and new cardstock and things, then you'd be able to get that through the suite share, because with every suite share you get some of the pattern papers, some of the coordinating cardstock, some of the embellishments that go with that. So that might be ribbon, it might be glossy dots or diamonds or some kind of embellishment. It might also be some window sheets, patterned window sheets, or whatever else goes with the suite. Could be a whole host of different things. And you can then add the bundle to that if you want to. So you can add the stamp set and die should you want it, or you can just stick with the suite share. But either way, you get to choose a new ink pad to add to your collection. So that could be a favourite colour that you've got that you want to just get a new ink pad, or it could be one of the brand new colours that we've got out this year, because we had such a huge colour refresh. We've got lots and lots of new colours, so it's a way to kind of build up your own stash again with some new colours should you want to, which is great. Okay, so tonight we have, hi Amber, we've got a whole host of fresh as a daisy cards to make. So you will, those of you who are making as we go along, you will have your kit of cards and patterned papers, and you'll have some die cuts as well. And we'll be talking you through a variety of different cards. We've got some alternatives for you. So you've got some that are in different, some people will have a different colour to others in the group, and some will have different patterns of paper as well. So I'll show you what the alternatives are as we go through as well. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have a fun evening. Okie dokie, right then, I will, and we'll also have a raffle as well. So don't forget, if you've got your kit of to make along as we go along at home, then dig out your raffle ticket and put that to one side. The only extra thing that you'll need tonight from your kit will be some sentiments. You don't need any other additional stamps. Hi Mum, you don't need any other additional stamps at all, because we're going to be using die cuts, so it will just be stamps for sentiments tonight, nothing else. And I'll show you a couple of different ways that you can kind of scale the projects up as well and make them a little bit more complicated or complex if you want to as well. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy that. Okay, right, I'm going to turn the camera around. You'll have a quick view of Evelyn. You can wave to her as we go round. Oh, hang on, let me just get my camera in the mobile mode a moment so it actually does move when I twist it. There we go. Hello, there she is. She's waving away. We'll go down through the camera stand, and then let's have some light on the scene. First of all, so let me just turn all my lights on a moment. Where's the big one? Let's put the big light on. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Hopefully. You can see a bit better now. I'm just going to just move the paper so it's actually in shot. That'll be quite handy too. We've got it all in shot. That's better. Okay. So I'm just going to get out of the way the ones that we are not going to immediately use, and we'll just go one at a time to begin with. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to start with this one because this is one of my favourites that we are making tonight, and I love it because it's bright and fresh and lovely. Amber says hi Evelyn and is waving at you apparently. She's waving back. Okay, so yeah, this is the one we're going to start with tonight. Now, the other die set that I've combined with the projects tonight are these word dies. And these word dies, Sally, you might have to help me here, because it was you and Marion that inspired me to get these word dies. You both purchased it at the same time. I think it might have even been at the catalogue launch party. And I thought straight away, well, if these two think that they're good and want them, then, oh, I've got to get in on the action and see what's going on. And I have to say, thank you very much, because you've made me fall in love with them. They're just wonderful. So if you can tell me what they are, that would be amazing, and then I will find them in the catalogues to show people. So it's a suite of, I think it's 3 or 4 different phrases, and they are double layered word dies, and they're absolutely fantastic. If I can just find them. Wanted to say, is that right, Sally? I think that's what it's called, isn't it? So the wanted to say dies are on page 169 at the bottom of the page here. First thing to say is they work with the mini cut and emboss machine, so that's great. And the phrases we've got are "you're too kind," "happy birthday," "feel better soon," and "celebrate." And you've got a couple of those. You've also got a flower and some leaves and a stem to go with it, some hearts, some stars, and this funny little box and a bow, which I reckon is a parcel. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's wanted to say. They are a fantastic set of dies, and you're going to be seeing lots of these in the same way that you saw lots of the tailor-made tags, because they are definitely one of my favourites in this catalogue, so I'm sure I will be using them again and again. So the first card that we're using, that we're making, is with the happy birthday dies. This is a really quick and simple card to get us in the mood for crafting. So what you will need is your garden green card base. And it's pre-scored for you if you've had the kit in the post. So you just need to fold it over and crease the edge of that using your bone folder. And then you should have a piece of this beautiful patterned paper. Again, I'm not entirely sure what the flowers are, or whether they are artistic rather than entirely representational. Now, your piece of patterned paper may not fit perfectly to size, so you may just have to trim it to make sure. I've given, in my card, I've given a nice little border around the outside, but that is stuck flat on to the card front. And obviously make sure your flowers are up the right way, so that you know, you've got your stems are coming downwards and flowers aren't coming out of the ceiling and things. And as we go along, I'm going to write down a few measurements if I can find a pen, so that you can repeat this should you want to. So if you're cutting this layer to size, then I always call that the first layer. So I will stick the measurement over here. And I only know it in centimetres, I'm afraid, but it's 14.3 centimetres. This may be familiar to those of you who are always with me crafting, by 9.9 centimetres. So first layer is always 14.3 centimetres by 9.9. So if you are having to cut your piece of patterned paper to size, then that's your starting point. The next thing to do is that you should have a bag, or you will have a bag of lots of little bits and pieces, and you're looking for the white happy birthday and the early espresso, so it's like a dark brown colour background, the silhouette that goes behind that. The purpose for that, because you obviously can use these dies on their own, but the purpose for putting the silhouette behind is because it really makes it jump off the page. So you will then need to stick the white happy birthday to your to the early espresso. So you probably need to pop the happy birthday out of its die cut casing, because I didn't take them all out of the case, and I must admit I wasn't that conscientious. Evelyn, do you want some glue? Just realised. There's some glue if you want some. If you're doing these at home, if you've got this set at home, like Sally and Marion, and any others that have it, then the best way to die cut these kind of intricate word shapes is by using the adhesive sheets. So what you do is you would get your sheet of cardstock that you're going to cut your words out of, and on the back of the cardstock you stick one of your adhesive sheets. Now, they come in an enormous pack. I've got to say, they last you forever. If Marion wasn't in Canada on holiday, she would be on now telling us how brilliant they are, because she's a massive advocate of these adhesive sheets. And again, I will see if I can find them for you, because they are fantastic. Here they are. So adhesive sheets there. You get 12 sheets of 6 by 12. And basically what it does is it turns your cardstock into a sticker. And that means that it's really, really easy when you then run the cardstock through your die cutting machine, that you get a glue behind every single tiny bit of every word. So it's fantastic for intricate dies, and it's also fantastic for words and things. So if you've not tried the adhesive sheets before, it's well worth it. Unfortunately, that your words do not have adhesive sheets behind them, because once you start to pop them out, the adhesive then peels off the back. So you need to use them you need to use what you've die cut immediately. So I wasn't able to put those in the post for you, I'm afraid. But you can then use fine tip glue, you can use our multi-purpose PVA type glue, and any of those things will stick your words down. But the joy of the adhesive back sheets is that you don't get any kind of glue splodging out the side of the words and things. But if you're using PVA type glue or the fine tip glue, then it dries clear, so you shouldn't have a problem once we've set them. Once you've stuck your words to their shadow, their silhouette background, you should also have a couple of little early espresso flowers as well. And then I've put all 3 of those items, so the happy birthday and the 2 flowers, all on 3D dimensional pads. So you should be able to see if I hold that up to the camera there. They're all on 3D dimensional pads, so that it just raises it. Let me just turn it a little bit more. So it raises it off the card and makes it pop a little bit more. And then I've just added a couple of gems to the centre of the 2 flowers. So these gems are from the suite, the Fresh as a Daisy suite. They're quite cute actually. You get a pack of 3 of these. Let me just find out what they're called so you'll know. But you can add any of your gems that you've got at home to the centre if you want a centre to your daisy. Obviously you don't have to have a centre if you don't want them. They are called adhesive backed solid gems, and they come in the three of the new colours. So you've got copper clay, boho blue, and lemon lolly, which is this pale yellow colour that I've got on this one. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. So I'm just going to have a quick slurp of my tea while you're constructing that card. And these adhesive gems are they've kind of got like little squares on the top of them. So I don't know if you can see them kind of shimmering in the light there, but they've got like they're kind of made up of lots of little squares. There you go, it just picks it up, camera just picks it up a little bit. There, really cool. Different to kind of just shiny gems or just flat gems. Really pretty. And that's your first card made once you've done that one. So that's, like I said, it's a quick and easy just to get us into crafting. And often that is the way with some really busy papers, that actually you don't need to fuss with them too much. You don't need to add too much to them. Try to stick with the colours that are in the papers, so that you just pick out a couple of the colours in the paper, rather than kind of going to town and trying to get every shade of every colour in the paper, because what you'll find is it detracts then from the card front, and it sort of almost looks too busy then. which obviously you don't want. So yeah, just stick with a couple of colours and you'll get that lovely kind of popping effect with whatever you've put on top of the paper. So let the papers kind of work for themselves, really. So while everyone's finishing that one, I will fish out the raffle tickets and the raffle prizes. So today's raffle prizes are, what have we got here? We've got too many raffle prizes. Hold on then. Let's take that one out. Right, today's raffle prizes are, I've got a pack of Favoured Flowers 12 by 12 papers, patterned papers. So these were the ones from the last celebration, for those of you who remember that. And they're all different kind of roses and peonies and things all the way through the suite, different colours. I have got 3 sponge daubers for blending and sponging edges and things. And I have got a reel of the brand new Bubble Bath pink with silver edge trim ribbon. Really pretty ribbon this is, and in the new Bubble Bath pink colour. So that's our 3 prizes. So if you have a raffle ticket, then do get it out. And the first one is 227. So if you are number 227, then please let me know, and also let me know which prize you would like. So we've got the patterned papers, the Bubble Bath ribbon, or 3 sponge daubers. Let me know which one you would like. Evelyn, do you want to share your card? Well, because you've put different bling on yours, which is also really pretty. There we go. So this one's mine. And that one's Evelyn. She's put lovely grouping of, they're the I can't remember, festive gems, I think they're called, festive dots or something, aren't they? They're really pretty. Festive metallic dots or something
green,
like that.
adhesive backed pearl.
Oh, adhesive backed pearls, red, green and gold. They're really pretty. Yeah, these are the ones. So if you came to the Christmas workshop last year, this is the ones that you got free in your kit last year, a set of these. They're really lovely. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing. So we're still looking for 227. Oh, it's Sheena, it's you. Can you have the papers? 100% you can have the papers, no problem at all. Well, that was worth it, wasn't it? That's straight off. Sheena's in there, that's brilliant. Sheena, fabulous. Thank you very much. Put those other 2 back and we'll put that 1 card to the side. Lovely. Okie dokie, let me just get some washi to stick your name on the prize. There we go, Sheena. The patterned papers are yours. I'll put them to one side for you to collect at a later date. Fab. Okay then. So we're going to go for our second one. While we're on the wanted to say the words, we're going to go for our second card, which also uses the words. So this card is got a pre-cut window out of the middle, and you're going to need the corresponding patterned daisy paper that goes behind the window as well. And then you should, let's just have a quick check before we get too excited, you should have 2 big die cut pieces of white daisies. So let's just make sure that everybody's got two complete, they're kind of like attached to each other. So you've got a few daisies attached to each other. And you've also should have your celebrate words as well. So you've got the pink colour and again the early espresso. Yes, you have got 2 daisies. Wonderful. As if everybody's got 2 sets of attached daisies, apart from you, Mum, can you just give me some thumbs up? You might want to wait, Mum, until we've done the last card so you can decide which one you want to put your daisies on, because I know you've only got 1 set of daisies in your kit. But if you've got two sets of this group of daisies with the leaves and they're all kind of attached, yeah, we've got thumbs up. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, cool. So you'll need, can we remember what this colour is called, Evelyn? This pinky, is it Moody Mauve? Moody Mauve. Oh, and deep too. Wonderful, thank you. So this is one of the new in colours. It's called Moody Mauve. So you'll need your card base. Evelyn, can I borrow that a minute, please? That has the window cut out of it already for you. So you've got a hole in the front of your card. You will need the patterned paper that goes behind, which is the Moody Mauve daisies. If you're looking at your patterned papers and you're thinking, I haven't got it, turn them over, because don't forget all of our papers are double-sided. And you're going to need your group of daisies, or one of your groups of daisies, the ones that are all stuck together already, and your celebrate words and their shadow. So you want the celebrate in Moody Mauve and the shadow in Early Espresso. Okay, so you're going to fold over that card and crease it first off with your bone folder. And it's going to be landscape, because the words fit a bit better if they're landscape, in my view. But if you don't like it landscape, feel free to try it portrait instead, whatever works for you. And then you are going to need to cut down your piece of patterned paper. So you're going to stick your patterned paper on the back, on the inside of your window, so that it pokes through the window. Okay. Tell me you did something exciting with all the bits that you die cut out of the card bases. Ha ha! That's really funny. Well, for a start, Mum's got some of them, because she only decided she was going to do tonight 2 days ago when she realised she was going to be at home. So she's got some of the back bits. She's saying she's cut. Oh, you've cut some from Pierce Blooms. Oh, what a brilliant idea, Mum. Oh, that's fantastic. Good. Yeah, some of them went to my mum in her kind of haphazard kit that I've given her of bits and pieces, and some of them I've used as kind of basis for other things, and I'll show you in a moment. On the last card that we're all going to make together, you'll see some of the bases. So okay, so stick your patterned paper on the inside of your card. So what I've done is I've used one of these that I've cut out, look, on the back of my piece of patterned paper. Just reinforces it a bit, so you can do that as well with them. But yeah, just stick that piece of patterned paper on the back, and then you will need to trim it so that it fits inside, obviously, inside your card. Can you tell I've been on a sustainability course thingy? Ha ha! Yes, I can. This is all about the triple bottom line, Amber, though, which I'm sure you'll know all about. So we're interested in social sustainability here as well as the money and the green element as well. Okay, so that's the first task, is get that piece of patterned paper stuck behind your window, and trim any edges that are overlapping of the patterned paper so that it looks like it's always been there. Can I borrow yours? Okay, thank you. So there we go. So when I cut your versions of these out rather than my sample, I decided that the edge was too thin. So I've cut a slightly smaller window inside all of yours deliberately, because I felt my card was too flimsy and I didn't want yours to be so flimsy. So you stick your patterned paper behind from the back of the card, and then trim down any overhang that you've got on the edges. And then what you're going to need to do is to find your grouping of daisies and leaves that are all joined together, because that's going to go over this bottom right hand corner. And I've stuck mine flat. You don't have to. You can 3D it if you want to. You will find that in your group of daisies, so let me just turn, there we are, can you have that one back? Let me just turn mine over a minute so you can see. It's this group of daisies where they're all already joined together, and the couple of leaves. Now, There's lots and lots of little bits of die cut that you can pop out, but you don't have to, okay? Just going to lift that up to the camera so you can see. Particularly all these little seed heads in the centre of the flowers. Personally, and this is a personal choice thing, I wouldn't bother to try and pop out all these little seed heads that are in the centre. I really wouldn't bother. I would make sure that your daisies around the outside and your leaves are free, and I would probably pop out the what do we call these? The spine of the leaves, the veining in the leaves, because I think that looks quite nice. I might even pop out these kind of these little bits, the kind of longer bits, if you like, that are around the petals of the biggest flower. But I would not bother with all the tiny little seed heads. It will take you forever. And personally, I do not think it adds any value. I would much rather cover it up with both the words and also possibly some bling or something. So that's the next thing to do, is to pop out anything that you want to pop out from your daisy, so that your daisy is kind of ready to stick onto your card front. Okay. So I'm going to give that one back to Evelyn. There you go. Thank you. Let's put my card back in the middle there. And while you're doing that one, I'm going to show you a different card, one that I did show you at the beginning actually, to show you what's also possible with these dies, and something which I personally really love. So what I've done with this card is I have coloured, so I've die cut the flowers exactly the same way, it's just a slightly different way around. That's all, the flowers are a different way around, but it's the same grouping of flowers. I've just turned it round. But I have coloured them in, and the way I've coloured them in is I've used a blending brush. So we have large blending brushes and small blending brushes in the catalogue. They both come in a pack of 3, so that you can then use them for individual colours. I find with the daisies, the small blending brushes are perfect for this. So I've just gone round the edge of the petals of the daisy with the blending brush and a balmy blue, that colour is. And then the centres of the daisy, remember I said one of the prizes tonight is the sponge daubers. Well, that's what I've used for the centre of the daisy. So I've literally I'll show you how they work if you've not seen these before. Sponge on the end, a finger hole behind, dab it in your ink, and then just colour in the centre. It's a great way to get a really kind of misty, inky colour without that sharpness that you get when you're using felt tips or even watercolour pencils. You'll still get quite that sharp edge to it. But with the blending tools, which daubers and the blending brushes are, you can get that more kind of misty effect to it. And you can go over as much or as little of it as you want to. So obviously I've left a bit white here, but the leaves I've coloured completely in the yellow. So just a different technique. If you fancy trying something different, then that's something else that you can do. You don't have to leave your daisies completely white or your leaves completely white. You can obviously colour them in should you want to. So in fact, I'll leave that one on so that you can see what that looks like as well. So we've got the daisies, coloured or not, your choice, stuck flat on to the card in the bottom right hand corner on the front, covering over the patterned paper and the kind of the window element as well. So it overlaps the edge of the window. In fact, let me just hold that up so you can see. And then on top of that, straight through the centre of the daisy, hence why it's absolutely not worth popping out all those seeds in the middle of that big daisy. I've got my Celebrate with the shadow of the Early Espresso behind it. And as you can see, I've put my Celebrate on 3D pads. So using my dimensionals under the Celebrate so that it just lifts it a little bit off that daisy, but you don't have to, you can stick it flat down if you want to. And with these words, because you're using the shadow, there is actually plenty of space on the back to be able to put your dimensionals. But when you get to the kind of curly letters at the end that are kind of a bit more isolated, I've left mine free floating. But if you want to stick something behind it, just chop the dimensionals up so that you've got a thin kind of sliver to go behind it, and they will work just as well. And if you've got darker papers that you're going to put 3D dimensionals behind, then it's probably worth looking at the black dimensionals in the catalogue, because often they look better. Particularly if you can kind of see the edge where you've got really thin kind of thin dies, then it might be worth using the black dimensionals behind, so you don't get the starkness of the white kind of coming through. When you're sticking your daisy to the card as well, don't feel that you have to stick every petal down and every bit of every leaf. You can put a couple of kind of blobs behind the bigger bits of card, and let the petals free float if you want to. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to be completely cemented to the card. My leaves here are free floating, but they're not going to come off the card. They stay where I want them to be. And again, if you want to add some bling, some adhesives to that, then you can. Completely up to you. Okay, so while people are getting on with that one, let's have another raffle ticket, shall we? Here we go. So my second number is number 226. 226, and your choices are, let's get them out, the bubble bath ribbon or the 3 sponge daubers, number 226. If that's you, please shout now. And I will write your name down. So number 226. Anybody? Oh, Audrey, fabulous, fabulous. And the ribbon, that is wonderful. Do you know, that is so funny. That is 2 people straight away that I've actually seen today. If only we'd had the raffle at 6:30 this morning, I could have given you both your prizes when I saw you today. How bizarre is that? Good job we didn't, really. I don't think anybody would have been awake to notice. Anyway, Audrey, the ribbon, the bubble bath ribbon is yours. Look, there we go. Fab, wonderful. Okay, right. How are people getting on? Who's crafting tonight? Haven't asked the question. Who is crafting along tonight? I get a sense that there might be quite a few of you crafting along tonight, which is really good. I'm really pleased about that. Got some thumbs up. Who's crafting along? Oh, Dee's crafting, Mum's crafting, Sheena's crafting. Oh, wonderful. Had a feeling there was quite a few of you tonight. That's really brilliant. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so if you're crafting along with me and you're ready to move on, then give me some thumbs up so that I know that it's okay to continue, because I don't want to start another card unless people are ready to move on. So, yep, got some thumbs up. Oh, hang on, because we haven't got loads of thumbs up. Oh, Sheena's got a smiley face. Brilliant, that's good. Okay, we'll put these ones to the side and I'll show you which one we're going to be doing next. So, the one that we're going to be doing next, Jodie's just watching. Hi Jodie, I'm so glad you could join us. Do not worry, it's lovely to have you here joining us. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is either going to be Lemon Lolly, you might have in your set, or you might have Bubble Bath in your kit, one or the other. But the same card, I've just changed the sentiment on this one, but actually it's the same card. And you'll notice that underneath are those die cut pieces, Amber, that we were talking about that have come out of the centre of those cards. So either Lemon Lolly or Bubble Bath. And you will need your card base, which will be a full sheet. It'll be like this. So it'll either be Bubble Bath or Lemon Lolly, which will have a crease in the middle. So you'll need that full card base. And you'll need all the rest of your daisies. Anything basically that is daisy-like or leaf-like or sprig-like. You might have some sprigs as well, but they have to be white. So not the green sprigs, but anything that's white. And then also you should have a white layer and possibly a Lemon Lolly or a Bubble Bath layer. But I'm looking at Evelyn's and not looking too hopeful. Have you got a Lemon Lolly layer there as well? Are you sure? Have a search through under your bits. Hopefully you've got... No? Did I not cut you an extra one? That's a bit hopeless, isn't it? So anyway, you should have your some more daisies, and you might have some free floating daisies as well as some the complete the same grouping that we had last time. And some sprigs, some white sprigs. And you should also have a label die as well, so that you can stamp a sentiment on there as well. So you might want to start with that. In fact, just start with stamping your sentiment if you're going to put one on. So my sentiments actually came from a card kit. They didn't come from a stamp set. They came from one of our kits. It's the Sentimental Rose kit, which I think is a really brilliant beginner's kit. So that's where my sentiments came from, if you're wondering. But yeah, so your layers are to fold and crease your base layer, and then you're going to stick your white layer, your white die cut plate on. And if you've got a Lemon Lolly or a Bubble Bath die cut to go on top of that, then stick that one on too. And then the daisies are all raised, so they're all 3D, so that they stand up a bit more off of the white layer. Evelyn, I don't know why yours hasn't got a layer in it. It's definitely not in the pack anyway. Oh, there it is. You should have one that looks like that. Look, a slightly smaller piece. So, I thought I was going mad then for a moment. I had slight worry that I might not have die cut everybody a next layer. So you put the next layer is your coloured layer. And then Evelyn, if you don't mind sharing yours with me so I can show that. And you can either stick it flat or you can 3D it, whichever, it doesn't matter, your choice entirely. There we go. So that's how your card's going to start. Just crease that edge a bit more so I can hold it down. So that's how your card is going to start, with your two kind of plates in the middle. And then you're going to add your daisies around, and you might have some little yellow bits as well, or little pink bits that you can use as centres for your daisies. Some of your centres actually fit inside neatly, and some you'll need to layer on top. So if I show you how that works, so you've got some of them will fit inside the die. So you've got a white die that will then maybe have a yellow or a pink layer that will fit in the centre. And you might have a white layer that's got a yellow die that fits in the centre. So they will literally just kind of pop inside. But you might also have some centres that you will need to pop on 3D pads or glue, and they will fit over the top of the die rather than inside it. So you should have a bit of a combination of bits and pieces in your kit, and how you choose to use them is completely up to you. This is my suggestion, but you do not have to copy this. You can do whatever you want to do. I've put all my daisies, all of them, on 3D pads so that then I can poke my little sprigs, the little white sprigs, poke them behind. And you might find, top tip with any of these kind of dies, because often in a die set, particularly a die set with flowers, you'll have odd leaves or little sprigs or whatever, little twigs and sprigs that are there to be die cut as well. These are very, very delicate, and they very, very easily tear when you're getting them out of the die itself. Do not panic if they tear. It's most of these kind of little sprigs and things look absolutely fine if you happen to tear a piece off, or if you happen to be a bit crazy with the scissors and snip a bit off accidentally. Do not worry. Just poke that extra little bit behind, so it gives you an extra sprig to play with. So yeah, don't worry if they tear and you think, oh, I don't know, I won't be able to use this. You will. Don't panic. So I've got one grouping of flowers in the top left-hand corner, again over both of those bottom layers, so that it helps to bring it all together. And then some of the flowers over the bottom right corner, and then my sentiment plate kind of joining both together, so over the top of both. And then I've added some clear glossy dots for a bit of bling on the top as well. So completely your choice. I will leave both the yellow and the pink down, because you might find one's a bit easier to see than the other. And do shout if you've got any questions as we're going along as well, or if you're stuck on something, don't struggle. Give me a shout. If you can't work out how I've done it, or you think, I can't see how that's going to work, or how do you stick that behind there, or whatever, just give me a shout. And I am more than happy to try and help. Let me see if I can find the dies to show you what you get in that die set as well, because you get an awful lot of dies in the daisy set. So the dies are called the Cheerful Daisies. Let's put those to one side. So they're called the Cheerful Daisies, and you get all of these amazing dies in there. So this is the one that gives you that group of daisies. Let's get that out. Wait a minute. So you've got that one that gives you the group, and then there's your sprig and your label, and it's a stitched label, so that's quite good. And then you've got a bit of greenery, and a stem if you like to put your daisies on a stem. You've got a centre, that's the centre of one of your daisies. You've got another centre, so you've got two different centres. You've got a standalone leaf, and then you've got these three remaining dies that come as a kind of, almost as a kit, I suppose. I don't know, I can't explain them. So this is the ones where you've got the centres that fit. So you've got the bit that cuts out the outside of the flower, and then you've got this clever little bit that fits inside. So when you put that through the die cutter machine, if you run them both through together with the inside in the middle of the daisy, and the same for this bigger one and the same for this one on its side, if you run those through the die cutter machine, but run them like I've done through two different colours of cards, so on the yellow card I've run it through white and then yellow, what you will get is the inside cut out from the outside, as you've got now the pieces, and you can then swap the colours over. So you can have a white outside, as I've got on mine, with a yellow centre, and you can have a white inside with a yellow seed head in the middle as well. So you can get quite a lot of flowers out of not many times of running it through the die cutter machine, which is brilliant, really. So yeah, so that's the complete set. You get an awful lot in that set. So you know me, I'm always saying, oh, it's nice to not have yet more flowers in the catalogue, but actually I kind of went against my own best intentions, and I'm so glad I did. Because I did not intend to buy any more flower sets, but these daisies are, yeah, just something really special and something different. And actually, I love them personally, and I am really glad I bought them. I don't think I can live without them now, so so it's good. I'm glad I got them. I can see lots of uses for them. And on that subject, if you purchased the sweet share, or if you want to purchase the sweet share for the Countryside Inn suite, which is the blue set that we used last time, if you remember, which is, let's find it in the catalogue so it's easier for people to look up. It's on page Countryside Inn, where are you? I know you're here. There it is. It's on page 62 and 63. So if you remember this blue suite with all the different layering frames. The frames is what I've used here alongside the daisies. But when you get a suite share, you also get a project sheet with ideas of how to use the pieces that are in your suite share. And the example that I've given, you can use any flowers, but the example that I've given is using these daisies, actually, and the Countryside Inn. So the blue and the white goes really nice together as well, and looks really good. And it's quite a complicated card, actually, that I've shared on the. It's a technical fancy fold on the sweet share, and anyone who's ordered the sweet share, you'll be getting the project sheet through email on Saturday morning, on the 1st of July. So really exciting. So yeah, so okay, how are people getting on with their layered daisies? How's it going? Love this die set. Me too. Honestly, I thought I don't really need any more flowers. And then I saw what other people were producing as demonstrators, we get early access to things. And as other demonstrators were showing what they'd made using this suite, I suddenly realised actually I probably couldn't live without it. You're getting on okay, Audrey. That's brilliant. Good. Very nice. Good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it really is stunning. In fact, shall I show you? I'll show you another one that we did using the daisies, actually. So for those of you who come to Coffee Club, either in person or online, we used the daisies at Coffee Club this month, even earlier on this month. So this is the card that we made at Coffee Club, which again was using the daisies and interchanging the colours. And this is the new boho blue, this pale blue, and and then the darker one is Misty Moonlight. And the glossy dot accents come from this suite as well. So as part of the suite share for June, so only one more day to order that, you get these glossy dot accents. So those of you who've ordered that, you will get half a pack of these glossy dot accents as well as all your papers and everything. So yeah, it goes really well, I think. Variety of cards. Oh, well done, Audrey. She's made 2 white daisy cards, economy. Well done. Good idea. I mean, that is the joy of this one big die, that you can cut it up. You can cut it up and make lots of daisies through just running it through the die machine once. It's fantastic. So easy to do. And actually, as well, another top tip. Did you know that the some of the daisy, some of the dies, you can run 2 sheets through at once, and as long as you've got quite a stiff machine, you will get 2 die cuts out. So you can actually cut out quite a lot in one go, which is also really, really economical time wise. And yeah, that I like that idea. So there you go. So. That's the daisy card using the die cuts. I'm just going to push those to one side and we'll have let's have another raffle ticket. This one is for 3 sponge daubers. So the ticket number is 225. Who's got number 225? If you've got number 225, shout now. Let's get those cards out of the way. Number 225. If that one's yours, I want to hear about it. You have a pack of sponge daubers waiting for you. Oh, Sally! Fantastic. Oh, that was nice. Everybody's here tonight. That's lovely. And I saw Sally yesterday, so perhaps I should have drawn my raffle prizes yesterday and then I could have given them to everybody. There we go. Although we wouldn't have known whose tickets they were wearing. There we go. Well done, Sally. You've got 3 sponge daubers. Fab, that's all the raffle prizes given out. So if you're watching on the replay, there's no more raffle prizes. They have all been given out. Okay. If people have finished their daisy cards, can you give me some thumbs up? And the final card, everybody's going to be making something slightly different. So I don't want to start until everyone's ready. Okay, I've got some thumbs up. That's good. So I will put down the choices for your final card. You might have the kit to make that card. You might have the kit to make that card. Or you might have the kit to make this card. So 3 different choices, because one of the sheets of 12 by 12, in fact, let me see if I've got one I can show you. I don't think I have. I think I chopped them all up, but let me just have a look in case. One of the sheets of 12 by 12 actually comes with loads of different images on the same sheet. So everybody has got different images from that sheet because I chopped it up basically. Let me just see if I can find. I think I chopped up the whole entire sheet, so no, I haven't got any spare sheets to show you what I mean, but I don't know if you can see it in the patterned papers. So generally speaking, as you know, when you've got either a sheet of 6 by 6 or a sheet of 12 by 12, you get one whole pattern on one side and one whole pattern on the other side. But you can just see it a little bit here on the papers. Just occasionally, you will get a sheet like this one on the corner here. So this is all the Daisy Delight papers. And you'll get a sheet like this one on the corner here where you've got kind of like little boxes worth of images. So what I did was I chopped these up into their individual images, and you will have either one, if that makes up the whole of a card front, or maybe 2 if you've got smaller ones, which is the case with the yellow stripes and the daisies, to join together to make up that card front. So On the instructions that came on email, you've got instructions, or you've got photographs of all of these. Oh, that's right, Mum. I sent you the bit that I had left, didn't I? That's right. Well done. Well remembered. I'm glad you remembered. Yeah, so you've got photos of all 3 of these cards. The basis is the same. You've got a card base, which will either be the green or, what colour is that, Evelyn? It's in your ink pads there. What colour is this one? So you've either got garden green or wild wheat or... Sorry, what's that one?
Copper clay.
Or copper clay as a card base. And then you will have one of these images to layer it up with. If you've got the pink daisies, you will also have a piece of the stripy yellow as well. It may still be attached, it might not be. And so you will need to then stick these 2 together down the join to be able to create the right size. And remember, the layer size you're looking for is 14.3 by 9.9 centimetres. So if you need to write that down, feel free. But then the way that you make these cards up is the same no matter what. So you're adding your patterned paper to your card front, but before you stick it down, you will also have some twine in your kit, which you can use to wind around the patterned paper. And then you've got a sentiment to layer over the top. And if you've got either of these 2 cards with the green in it, you'll have some green sprigs. I didn't think the green sprigs really went with the blue and brown card, so I haven't given you green sprigs, I don't think, because I just didn't think they went together. Or if you have, you know, this is the freestyling it section where you can make what you like out of what you've got left in your kit, basically. But hopefully you have got one of these 3 images, and you will have another sentiment label so you can do your own thing with it, really. Okay. So I'll just leave those 3 on the table for the time being, and the size of that first layer, so that you can see what we're looking at. And just so that you can see what's next, basically. And then that is our final card for tonight. So just give everybody a bit of time to do whatever they want with this final card. And then I'll give you some information about what's happening over the next few weeks and what's happening through the summer, and just any more news that we've got. Because I didn't do the news at 10 at the beginning, I didn't do, so we'll do the news at the end instead. I'll do the news when Evelyn's finished her card, because then I'll know that hopefully most people will be at a similar kind of place. And there were, I have to say as well, there are several images from several sheets of pattern paper from the pack that I didn't use in this this workshop. So there's lots more images to come that I'm going to try and make something fancy with and share with you, either on the Facebook page or on my blog. So in fact, I'm going to I'll take the sheets out and I'll show you what the other sheets are that we haven't used yet. We didn't use tonight. There's 3 sheets that we haven't used tonight. I'll show you those in a minute. And when you're happy with your cards and you've finished this last one, then do give me some thumbs up so I know that people have finished. That'd be great. And I also want to share with you what we're going to be doing next month as well. Oh, we've got some thumbs up, got some quick crafters tonight, my goodness. Speedy people. Just give people a few more minutes to get finished. No rush at all. You can obviously finish crafting after this live bit's finished as well if you want to. There's no rush at all. Okay, I'm going to move these cards to one side a moment because I really want to show you these extra papers that come with the kit that we haven't looked at yet. So we've got this lovely sheet of little tiny daisies, and that's got kind of a blue, balmy blue wash on the back, or boho blue, I imagine that is actually on the back. That's really pretty. So that's one sheet that we haven't looked at all yet. I've got this gorgeous one, which this would be fabulous for scrapbooking if you're a scrapbooker, with the lovely daisies at the bottom of the page. So you can chop this up into, you could still chop this up into 6 pieces, or you could use it as one whole scrapbook page and stick some photos on over the top and things. That would be really lovely. And that's got the brown, what did we say that colour is? Copper clay on the back. So that's the second one. And then the third sheet that we haven't used is the larger daisies, which again is really, really pretty. With the pretty peacock, I think that is. And it's got that gorgeous greeny bluey peacock colours on the back. Really nice, really, really nice. That'd be amazing for a Christmas make, I think. Love that colour. Anyway, but yeah, you've got the larger daisies on the front. So we've got 3 whole sheets out of that stack of 12 by 12 that we haven't used yet. So I've got lots more that I can make with those, which is brilliant. Okay, right, I'm just going to turn the camera back around. There we go, that's better. Okay, let's just get that out of the way so I can see what's going on. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've had fun with your makes as well. Do share what you've made, obviously. I will put a post on like I always do after I've finished filming tonight, for you to be able to post the photos of what you've made in the comments underneath. And anybody who does that and has posted photos of their makes by Sunday evening will go into the prize draw. We're away this weekend, so I'm not sure whether it's going to be a live prize draw or not, because I'm not entirely sure what our plans are in terms of getting back. So it might be a spin the wheel prize draw, and I might just put everybody's names onto the wheel, but I will post it in the Facebook page and what the prize is as well. So yeah, so just keep an eye on the Facebook page if you've entered that. Everybody who has ordered from me during the month of June, including if you've now decided you really would like the sweet share, but you didn't order it first time around, more than happy to have the sweet share. Thanks, Mum. You can still order the sweet share if you like. So the sweet share for June is Countryside Inn, so it's the blues. and you choose your colour of ink pad. The sweet share for July will be coming out to you on Saturday, and all the details will be coming on Saturday, and that is the daisies that we've used tonight, so the daisy papers we've used tonight. Other things that are happening, so the sweet shares, I'm going to be doing one of those every single month going forwards, at least until Christmas, so that you can get some extra stash. I'm desperately trying to keep it to around about £20 every time, so that it's not too expensive for people. If you decide to make that order up to anything over £35, you get this class free. So anytime you order and it goes over £35, you get that for free. So that's one option. If you've ordered the sweet share, you will also go into the raffle. So sweet share counts towards orders and raffle prizes too. So yeah, that gives you an opportunity to win something in the raffle as well. If you order online from me, which you can order everything online apart from the sweet share, then you will also get a gift in the post from me, just to say thank you for using the online ordering, because it just is a lot easier for me, because I don't have to then sort out collection and packaging everything up and stuff. So yeah, so if you order online, then that's fantastic. So I do give you a little thank you in the post. July, what's happening in July? So July, we've got, as I said, we've got the daisy sweet share. We've also got the monthly coffee club, which I've now sent, or I will have sent by tomorrow morning, all the packs out for anyone who's doing it online. And if you're doing it in person, I've kept your pack here so that you can have it in the morning when you arrive. And at the end of July, it's about the 27th, I think. Let me just have a quick look at the date. It is Thursday. Yeah. Oh, that was a clever guess, wasn't it? Thursday, the 27th of July, is going to be this club, monthly card club, and we're going to be using the Zany Zoo suite. Now, I know that Zany Zoo and cute little animals isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I'm not kidding you, you're going to love this one. And as I was explaining to Sheena today, what I didn't appreciate about Zany Zoo and the Zoo Crew papers was that all the papers are double-sided, as all our papers are. They're black and white on one side, so you can colour them and you can make them whatever colour you want to then. But on the other side, on the side with the little animals, the different sheets of patterned paper, and you will get a sample of all of them in your kit next month. You'll probably get about a third of a sheet of each of these. The animals have this, each sheet has a different theme to it. So we've got animals that are musical, playing musical instruments. You've got animals that are having a party with cake and balloons and presents and banners and things. You've got dancing animals. You've got crafty animals. So we've got animals that are cooking, that are painting, that are knitting, a whole lot. We've got outdoor animals, so animals that are camping and hiking and having a campfire and stuff like that. And then we've got sporty animals as well, so zoo animals that are doing sporty activities. So I reckon that actually, looking at that suite, you can make a card for pretty much anybody in your life, because you will be able to capture anybody's interests with that whole range of different activities. And you can make it whatever colour you want to, because the black and white reverse side, you can colour in, you can colour the white, and I will show you how you can do that, even really big areas, how you can really easily colour those in and get that colour block effect. So you can make it colours that would suit male cards, you can make it colours that would suit female cards, children's cards, you can make them bright, you can make them pastel, you can make them regal, whatever you want to do. So I'd love to see as many of you as would like to come and join me again this time next month, 27th, for the zoo crew and the zany zoo animals. I've got some really lovely cards for you to make, some nice projects, so do join me, that'd be great. Invitation will be out tomorrow. And then finally, we've also got, which there's been an advert out already, both on the Facebook page and on email. If you're on my mailing list, you'll have already had an email about this, but just wanted to push it again because I'd really love some more people to come and join me for this one. And that is the Paper Florist Dies workshop. So these are a floral array that we're going to be making. We're actually going to be making a piece of home decor and a gift box so that you can give it to somebody, but I will also have loads of samples of other projects that you can make using the Paper Florist dies. So I'm going to have cards, I'll have gift bags, I will have tags, I'll have other things that you can use the Paper Florist dies for, and that you can different projects, different ideas that you can make things with. But we're going to be making a piece of home decor, which is a picture that you can hang on the wall that uses the 3D, so it creates 3D flowers. It's really easy and it's really clever. Once you've kind of made a couple of the flowers, the technique is exactly the same for every one of the different styles of flowers that you make. So if you don't get through it all in the workshop, or you don't want to do it all in one go, or you want to do it online because it is offered online as well, then you can take all your bits away and you can do a couple of flowers a day if you want to. You don't have to do it all in one go if you don't want to. But I would love it if some more people would like to join that. That'd be great, either in person or online. It's offered both ways. And that's probably it, I think. I think that's enough to keep us going during July, don't you? No, it's not too late to book for July, for either the 27th Card Club or for Paper Florist. There will be some more information about both of those workshops coming on email. Tomorrow you'll get an email about the monthly Card Club. On Monday's normal weekly email that I send out, there's another reminder about Paper Florist, and I have extended the deadline because I'm not around over the weekend to get organised. So there's loads of time to book it. So don't worry. Yeah, so that's really exciting. August, I am going on holiday for a bit, but I am intending to still do workshops. So I'm just going to work out when I can fit those in to fit around my holiday. But I am still intending to do both Coffee Club and this monthly Card Club as well. So I just might need to shift the dates a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I can accommodate it. So yeah, cool. Okay. That's enough talking from me. My throat's going dry. I will put a post on now with the photographs of the projects, and if you want to take photos of your own projects and post them in the comments to get in the prize draw, please do. Yeah, and if you'd like to order anything that's June ordering, then please let me know by tomorrow evening at the very latest. And other than that, I will see you all soon. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.